That's why I haven't cut a video since it ended.
I'm
like, oh my
You can
God.
wonder how guys really do
had
like
fun
rise
doing
above and succeed. Like, they've got to be on drugs. That's my
mean,
conclusion.
Look, it was, but no, there's got to
Right?
be, yeah. I mean, look, it
Have
was.
you
I
tried
was,
it? My son was on and and off of it here and there, and
If I did it, I would think that I can't do anything without it. I know for.
that's
Yeah.
what
I'm
scares
very
me too.
Yeah.
Yes,
But I know because then I'll be like.
that's
"We
the
gotta work
that's
today."
the that's the hook. Yeah, fuck
I
that.
I just learned to deal with my ADHD.
Hallelujah.
Just be unmedicated.
That's right.
Just call it a day.
yeah.
You know?
God, I
Well,
love
you
that,
know,
Jonah.
it's interesting.
See, and again, we should start a support group, like a
Non-Adderall
non-prescriptive
support group.
medicated.
Just be you, you know? Just be unmedicated.
Exactly.
Just
Just
figure yourself out.
figure yourself
unmedicated.
out, because that's
Self-medicated,
exactly
man.
right.
Yeah.
I love to say, every other day, at least every other day, I go to bed feeling like a complete fucking failure.
Your lights on.
Like, this fucking day did not work out.
They didn't day.
This day didn't day, exactly. And I look so forward to going to bed thinking to myself, well, at least I get to go to sleep and I can get up and try again. And then the next day, sometimes I'm like, oh, okay, that was a good day. But the very next day, I'm just like, fuck it!
Yeah. Well, you're in the house of a bunch of women, so you probably have ups and downs
Oh,
more than
my
most men.
Lord.
All right, y'all
No,
rock
that
and
is
rock.
true. Awesome, Jonah. Thank you, brother. Welcome to Multiply. I am your host, Noel, on the North Shore, who has multiplied. I am the father of 11. I'm here with my very, very special guest, Jason Demello's brother, Nathan Demello. Nathan, so how many kids do you currently have?
I currently have 5 kids.
5 kids. And what are their names?
Well, oh gosh, you put me on the spot.
I know. Names, birth dates, social security numbers. Birth dates are the worst, aren't they? When you go to the doctor or something.
I can remember them, I think.
Yeah.
Gabriel is my oldest. He's 12. He is somewhere in October. October 30th.
Oh, nice.
Jacob is 11.
Yeah.
He's 11-11.
The oldest is 12.
Yeah, that one's easy.
Yeah.
11-11. I like it when they're the same month.
That's
and day and month.
Yeah. Evangeline
So,
is 7-7.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's right.
My
11.
I have a 7-year-old. He is Isaiah, and he's 3-3. Yes, I love it.
Now, what are the chances of that?
I know.
That's so funny. Okay, so then the last two.
The last 2 is I have one girl. It's Lucia, and she is 3 right now. She was almost 7-7. She is no, she was almost 8-8. She's 8-7.
Wow. Yeah,
I remember that one because I was like, it was almost 8-8.
Oh, come on, honey. Come on. One more day.
Yeah, right.
Come on.
Told my
No.
wife you couldn't wait 8 hours. Like,
Exactly. That's right.
it would have made it
Teresa.
easier for
Your wife's
birthdays,
Teresa,
right?
not it's Teresa.
Teresa.
Okay,
Teresa, with the A.
That's one of those names that I get confused.
Yeah.
I'm
Well, your
I'm
daughter,
like
Therese.
Kirsten, yeah, Therese, yeah,
Yeah.
Teresa,
It's a
Therese, yeah,
TH with the SA at the end.
Therese, yeah, exactly. So then the youngest,
The baby-
so it's 3 boys and 2 girls.
Four boys,
Four
one
boys.
girl.
Oh God, yeah,
The
just like
baby
your brother.
is
That's
the
funny.
baby is Josiah, and he
Josiah,
is
yeah.
825.
Right.
That was
right.
a question mark.
And he's how old now?
2.
I know it's funny when our families get together and the kids are just.
I don't know whose is whose.
It's one of my favorite
And you have
experiences of all
he has
time.
grandkids now.
I know.
So like I'm like
I know we're expecting our
bringing the
5th.
kids in and grandkids in and. Yeah,
Do you
that's
like
crazy.
being the father of a large family?
Absolutely. Yeah.
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 Do you think every man should live this way? Have as many kids as God will give him?
No.
Yeah. Why
It's
not?
not for everybody.
That's ooh. Here we go.
Look, I mean, obviously, there's men that are called to be priests. There's men that are called
Okay.
to be single.
Yeah.
It's just it's what God's calling you to. Now, if you're just
That's right.
if you're making it that it's what's God calling you to, right? Because if you're
See,
making
but
the
people that
decision
aren't,
because
but people
you're
that aren't
selfish and
Catholic,
you
because
just
this is not a Catholic show
No, I'm just-
necessarily. But again, because I'm a
What-
devout Catholic too. But really, Nate, see, and based on my experience, I converted after I had my 3rd child. So that's kind of the point of this show is it is my mission. I feel like it's my apostolate being, now that I am Catholic, like I do want to spread the message that more men should step up and obviously be married. I don't think men should go out there and just, obviously we're not animals. And that's a debacle anyway. I can't imagine, the idea of polygamy. It's absurd.
Right.
More than one woman
Right.
that I've got to take out to dinner and my God.
Enough dealing
No,
with
one. One is enough. Young men, young is enough. But ultimately, I do want to encourage other young men, to be fathers of large families.
Absolutely.
So
I think there's a certain fear in like, oh
so
man, I'm
so
not
someone
gonna get
outside
to do what-
someone outside of having any kind of faith or belief system or whatever, I still look at that as a good thing. There's nothing in the world like being responsible for another human being. And it's easier, I think, for a man to be responsible for a human being when it's his own biological.
Yeah.
Obviously a lot of men do walk away and it's terrible.
Well, I think that's probably a result of what their fathers did or whatnot. But look, so I think in general people are happy when they are outside of themselves and trying to please me all the time.
Hallelujah.
And if you're a good father, you got to be outside of that zone, right?
Oh man,
'cause
that's
it's go,
exactly
go, go
right.
all the time. You're doing
Yeah.
something for everyone.
Talk about your
else.
Cabin Wars deal that you were involved with.
Yeah,
Really, every day you get up and it's like you get up and you
And really, my family, that was such a
do
have a hardcore
choice.
experience.
Yeah.
Of like just 30 days of go. My family life suffered. That was the sacrifice of like I had to go for 30 days and it was like 17-hour days and
Yeah.
I'm going to bed late at night and leaving.
See, we're gonna get. I want to get into this like toward the end,
Sure.
Because I almost look at it like I really do want to hear about how you manage the 4 pillars of personhood, right? You have your marriage. As a man, you're married. As a man, you're a father of 5 beautiful kids. You're a professional. You are. Aren't you like a general contractor and a real estate agent like me and whatever else? What else do you do to make money? But let's hold on because ultimately, you don't necessarily agree that men should live how you're living. Would you say? Again, being a role model to your own kids.
You asked the question if I think every man should have it.
Yeah.
And no, I don't.
Right.
Because not every man. I say maybe if God calls you to it, whatever. If your higher power calls you to it, there are different things in life for people. Not everybody is going to be the same. Now, if you're just afraid of kids in general, like I just don't know how it's going to go. Like, dude, it's the best thing that ever happened to me. You know what I mean? Like, like, hey.
Did your attitude change?
Absolutely. I woke up. I had kids in kind of mid-20s, and all of a sudden it was just like, whoa, life's not just me and the wife anymore. It's like this little kid is dependent on me, and it opened for me. It just opened my world up to.
See, but based on the way you grew up, just like your brother who I had on last week.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because his attitude. Like when you were a kid, did you always, huh?
So we're totally different.
I know, I love that though. God bless America, or humanity. I love how similar we are as men. I always love to say, and not to be too weird, but it's like, do you have a penis? Yeah. So do I. We have a lot in common. We have a lot in common. I don't care what you say, but when you grew up, did you like Jason kind of said when he was a kid, it was on his mind that he wanted to have a family based on the love and respect that he had for your grandfather, your own father, and the sacrifices that he made for you 7 kids of his very own. But when you were a kid, did you see those examples and think, and you kind of thought the opposite? You were like, I don't really want anything to do with this, or I didn't give it any thought.
I don't know that I gave it thought. I mean, I was actually like I was a pretty shy kid. I was middle child. I'm exactly in the middle of 7 kids. So I
Yes.
am the people pleasers. I don't voice my opinion very often unless it's asked for. I'm not that type of like, hey, let's get this in line. I'm very laid back, easygoing, go with the flow.
Right. Whatever you say, that should
Yeah,
be
so
fine. Yeah.
I can remember being afraid of like marriage, and just in a sense of
Like,
like
when did you feel that
now,
fear?
now give me this. Like it wasn't a fear of like being married. It was more a fear of like I don't know what to do.
After you got married?
No, just like even going through marriage, like just
Yeah.
it's like I was just I'm not somebody that likes to jump into something without knowing what I'm doing. Right?
Right. Not like me.
Sort of.
Yeah.
I mean, sort of. Now, I've changed. Like I went through a
Yeah.
good bit of formation through my
That's right.
20s too.
When did you guys meet?
We started dating when I was 15.
Oh, baby, in high school.
Yeah, we met.
Did you guys go to the same high school?
We did.
Yeah. Which was
So we
which was
met before
Mandeville?
then.
Yeah.
We went to the same church. So their like our families kind of went to the same. We had seen them
Right.
at church. And
That's right.
kind of grew up seeing the Howell girls.
That's right.
And
What
then
was
we
their last
started-
name? The Howell?
Howell.
Howell. That's
yeah.
that's kind of cool.
Mhm.
Oh.
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 That's what I.
Are you
That's
guys
what
around
I
the,
did
are
when
you
I
guys
saw
around
her.
the
I was
same
like,
age?
oh.
Yeah. Do you remember seeing that and feeling? Did you feel
No.
it? No. I mean, you
No.
were a little kid when you guys
Yeah,
first
we were
started, when you
kids.
first
Yeah.
met. You were just like, she probably liked you right away.
Yeah,
Girls
in high school,
girls
yeah,
always
in-
kind of like, something clicks with girls quicker than us, I think. The girls
Yeah,
are just
I mean,
like, that's what I like.
She'll actually say like she had eyes for my brother like younger.
Yes.
Because we were actually altar servers together at church, and
Oh,
anyway,
what a
we
duo.
We started dating.
Demello altar duo.
We went on a church retreat together, and that's when we kind of hit it off, talking. And
How old were you then, do you think?
14.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. So, like, right there.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. How old is Teresa now? Because
We're the same age.
yeah, you guys are the same age.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always feel like, and see, that's something that I think helps. I think you should marry someone that's about around the same age, that grew up in the same neighborhood. I feel like
Yeah,
the more you
I
have in
mean-
common, the better.
I mean, you can figure that out. I'm not gonna.
I guess
I'm not gonna give dating advice, and I've never dated, so.
Well, I did.
It's harder. No, I like it. Look, so behind every big family that somehow functions and stays married is a good
Yeah.
woman. You know?
Hallelujah. That's right. Yeah.
And I was,
I love that.
I'm blessed to have found that when I was 15,
That's right. Exactly.
and I locked it down. No, I didn't. I mean, we.
Yeah.
dated for
So
a
at
long time.
15, that's when you started thinking like this could be.
No, I didn't.
Perfect.
I wasn't thinking that. We were just
Yeah.
dating. I mean,
Yeah,
we
there was
went
just
to-
that attraction, and you
Yeah,
and you guys
We broke
had
up.
things in
Yeah,
common.
we broke up once.
Oh,
in
that's
all in
interesting.
8 years for like a month. I was like,
What was
"Lord,
that about? I didn't know that.
I'm an
Yeah.
asshole,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Oh, right.
At least that's what she told me. No, I'm just kidding.
Exactly. It is.
Young,
it's your middle,
dumb, and
it's your
fun.
it's your middle kid syndrome. Quiet, jerky ass.
Oh, I
Like,
don't know what it
I
was
don't
about.
care.
I wasn't giving
I
her
don't care about
attention.
you.
We were juniors, I think, in high school.
Did you call her back?
It was over the summer. It was
Okay.
it was a pretty shitty month.
Exactly. You were
I
like,
can remember it
You were
very
like,
very distinctly.
my bad.
Yeah.
That's so funny. So when were you thinking about marriage and family? I mean, like with her, because I do believe, like with most women, I don't want to generalize all women, but like I can generalize with men. But most women, it seems like there's something internal, something just clicks. Like they just, and maybe it's based on whoever raises them. They're constantly looking at their mothers and thinking, yeah. Okay, I got this. Like, and usually you girls look at their mothers and they think, yeah, she doesn't know what she's talking about, and I could do this better and whatever. Where like I stayed home with my mother and stepfather till I was 24 years old. It's like I was kind of like,
I can tell.
yeah, I had my whole. You were gonna get it. But no, going back to like when did that change for you where you thought like just getting back into what you said like something strike you thinking, oh wow, like was it after you were engaged or before? Like did you have a moment of fear like thinking like, wow, this is serious now. This is getting serious. And did you guys discuss having children?
Yeah. I don't know, it was 15 years ago. We had discussed, children. I told her 12.
Nice. I love it. That's my man. My wife said she wants to stay open, and I was so stupid. I was like, well, what does that mean? I'm still trying to figure out what open means. Open. You want to stay open.
Oh, like you aim high.
Oh,
and then
11
you still get a
kids.
good
That's what staying open,
right.
open to life means.
Right.
That's right. That's so funny.
Yeah. So she doesn't necessarily like every child. She's like, I don't know how I could do it again. Like she's afraid of like.
Yeah, it's such a traumatic ordeal.
Not even that. She's afraid of like just that she doesn't give all of her other children enough love. Like literally, like she's afraid that she doesn't have enough love to give everyone else. I'm like,
that's a big and that's a big. I mean, that's a big obstacle for people because as you well know, I mean, people, when you first meet people and they're like, oh my God, how do you do it? And you must be a doctor or a millionaire. Do you own a TV? Yeah, don't you have to spread your, don't you have to spread your love out so thin? See, and it's been my experience now that I've got 5 kids that are out of the house. Mm-hmm. I mean, what I have found is the love multiplies. Absolutely. Just to plug the show again, in that you do have all these children who you kind of teach to love each other, and I'm living a life right now. I'm currently living a life where I'm raising my 4 youngest kids. I'm like on my 3rd family, basically.
Right.
But we just had, again, Christmas just passed, where, money was a little bit tight for us. And all my older children stepped up unbelievably and made it an incredible Christmas. Yeah, awesome. It's almost like when when you're so intimately invested in a person like you are with a child, mm-hmm. It really, it's like it is investment that does pay. It comes back.
Right.
And without a doubt, they do spend a lot of time with each other. They don't really spend a lot of time with their mother and father individually.
Yeah,
I mean, you have to kind of pick your moments.
But you can have 2 kids and 1 kid and not spend time with them. Like that's
right. Amen. That's a great point.
And we make points where we'll do things as a family, and I think you're right. Like love just multiplies. It's not. There's like you can't put a limit on that, man. Like
I know.
Like every one of my kids, like give me. I always tell my wife, I'm like, take one away, right? Or I'll tell her when because I'm more open probably to like having more kids. She feels very tapped out, and at this point in our lives, I do too. Like you said, like it's been a tough year for real estate. Like last year was a bitch.
Brutal. Oh God, I'm telling you, yeah.
So, but in the sense of like, I think people get content with like, oh, like this is how life is. You add another kid and it's a little bit of unknown. And it's like literally starting back over. But I look at babies, I'm just like, one, my youngest can't be 2, right? And like that can't be my last at this point. Like I don't feel like it is. I definitely want another baby in my life.
How old are you now?
I don't know why.
You're just now 40, right?
I'm not even 40. I'm 39.
Yeah, 39.
No, I'm 38. Am I 38? Yeah, I'm 38.
I know. I stopped keeping up too. How old am I?
I have to think about how old my wife's 9 months older than me, so she'll be 40 this year.
Right.
But I don't turn 40 till the end of the year, or 38.
That's right.
Yeah.
When is your birthday?
September 30th.
Okay. December. September 30th.
December 30th?
December 8th.
8th.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that would be yeah.
My wife is December 30th.
Oh, no kidding. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that makes it easy
for
birthdays.
I'm based on,
I'm 9:30. My wife's 12:30. My son's 10:30.
Love that. God, no, I really
got
love
all the
that.
30s covered.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it would be my hope that you did. No, it's funny. I had James
No,
James
you're
Hernandez.
hoping-
Huh?
You're hoping for me to have more kids right now.
Oh my gosh. Well, I absolutely could look anyone in the eye and tell them the only thing that compares to a flesh and blood child is the next one. I mean, Evangeline is number 11. She is, and I jest. I mean, I like to say she's my favorite one, but it's like I can't imagine my life without her. And when we first moved back, and we were dealing with COVID like everybody else, I was kind of expecting, she was like 3 years old, I would say, because it was 5 years ago. She's 7, so 2 years old. I really was thinking like, well, now's the time we should maybe be expecting another one after 2 or 3 or 4 years, and it just never happened. And at this point, I mean, it's over. We're certainly not going to have another one.
How old were you when y'all had your last one?
We were 45. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And every single time after, especially after probably the 5th, doctors were always trying to convince us like, oh, you should do something permanent. There's going to be all these problems. I mean, and again, a pregnancy is always so complicated and complex. But yeah, praise be to God, our children are just
Dude, every time I watch
perfectly normal, average, beautiful children. I mean, I wouldn't change a single thing.
So every time I watch my wife give birth, I'm like, it's literally the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life and will ever see.
Right.
Like there's nothing else
Right.
on God's earth that is more beautiful, more amazing, than a child coming into the world. And they don't take that breath right away, which is freaky. And then you hear them screaming, and you're like, yes, they're screaming. Yeah.
Still alive.
Right.
Whoa!
I mean, it's such a. I'm telling you, every time
Isn't
I'm just
it?
like,
It's fantastic.
it's crazy.
Oh, I agree 100%.
It's nuts.
It is just it's the most miraculous experience I think a man could ever have, is watching every other experience I've ever had. Grand Canyon, I've been to the Coliseum, I've seen the Mediterranean. It's like,
Me.
yeah,
It's not
I
childbirth.
get it. Yeah, yeah, exactly. It wasn't like the birth of my 4th, Isabel. Which again, it's a great. It's one of those stories where it's just like, oh man, oh God. My wife. And I don't want to get into that whole story right now.
Well,
No, but you guys that are coming on, I definitely want to make this a regular,
check in.
yeah,
Like,
check
hey,
in
you
and
still
kind of
want
see
all
how
of
it's
your
going,
kids?
and maybe we could even like.
I mean, I could give you a few kids every once in a while.
That's right.
If you need a couple of boys.
Oh, yours would fit right in easily too, easily. Nate. So you're definitely open to having more.
Yes. We're not.
And yeah, I mean, being that you're only 38.
We're not actively trying for more right now.
But you're not trying. You're not trying. I mean, it's not like you're doing anything.
We're not using contraceptives.
Yeah.
No.
No, and that is such a big health issue, right? I mean, when I learned that the pill was a carcinogen, that a woman's, I'm thinking, I'm not putting carcinogens in my own body. I mean, I mean, not to avoid that.
I don't know any of the medical stuff about it, but yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just taking something that's a natural thing and stopping it.
That's right. Oh, I know. Do you get that? I get that all the time too.
Apparently, there's problems.
Hey, Noel,
when
are
you
you gonna
stop
get
nature?
Well, I don't get it anymore because I'm not having it anymore. But I used to get that all the time. Hey, Noel, when are you gonna get it fixed? And of course, I got to the point where I was like, nothing's broken.
Right.
Fix what? Someone's gonna go in and fix something? Shit.
When you both
I'm a
snip
whole
rope.
man. I like being whole.
Yeah, it's Yeah, that's funny.
So,
I
Nate,
always,
so
always
how do
have,
you-
and I don't even.
Yeah. Huh?
In the circles I run in, I don't have the big family. I mean, 5 is
See, and that was always a big family to me when I was a kid.
5.
Oh gosh, yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a good friend that in Terrytown that.
I mean, I don't even have half of
Yeah.
your kids. It's crazy.
See, but I only have 6 at home. So
Still got more than me.
6 girls. And my upstairs
Oh
is
my
like a
gosh,
big. It
give
is like a
me-
big. It
give
is like a
me
big
one of the
dormitory.
girls, please.
I know. I know.
No, I'm telling you, it's so like my little girl. I mean, she's gonna be a little tom girl, but
Oh yeah, I've got a
my
couple
goodness,
of those.
it is. They are so much different than boys. And I didn't grow up. My two. I was one of 7, so my 2 sisters are older.
Exactly.
so,
That's right.
you
So
know,
there wasn't that much of an intimate relationship with them because how could
I mean,
you?
later in life, I mean, we
Yeah.
still, my oldest sister is probably most like me we get along well, very, very similar dispositions. So but she's 9
know what I
years,
love about
she's
kids?
9 years
Yeah.
older than me,
See, I know that's a huge gap.
Yeah.
Oh God, my oldest and my youngest. I mean, it's 25 years.
Yeah, yeah. So
20,
my
26
sister is, I
years
think,
difference.
18 years older than my
Yeah.
my younger
Yeah.
brother.
No, it is. It is. It's crazy. No, it's like when you bring up Jenny, right? Jenny.
Mm-hmm.
Name all your brothers and sisters. What are
Jenny,
all their
Jesse,
names?
Jason, Nathan, Timmy, Josh, and Daniel. You had me on mine,
I
but
love-
not my family. Not my brothers. Jenny, Jesse, Jason, then me,
Yep.
Timmy, Josh, and
Now,
Daniel.
where did they get Nathan? They just.
I know, it was like Jenny, Jesse, Jason.
and
And then they were going to name me Jedediah, and I'm like, thank you.
ooh, yeah, I dodged a bullet on that one.
Call me Jed.
Look, you'd have made a great Jed.
Buy real estate with Jed.
Jed will help you buy or sell any property in the southwest of Louisiana.
Heck, if you got an old trailer, I'll help you sell that too.
That's right. I love it.
Jed.
You know what I was going to say about your family,
Jedediah.
though? You guys are such a good example of there being some similarities between siblings, but then there being some very dramatic physical differences. Where I look at Jenny and you, and I don't really see a resemblance as much as you guys probably personally
Right.
share a personality. It always just fascinates me to death.
Yeah.
Large families. I mean, anytime
all
I see
my
a large
kids.
group of people and they all look sort of the same, I go,
You would think
look at all
me
those
and
people.
me and Jason's kids would look more alike.
Exactly.
They really don't.
They don't.
Like Jacob looks most similar to them. I think my youngest
Yeah.
has a little bit of theirs.
Especially, God, we didn't even go there yet, Nate. Especially since you
That's what
two
I'm
married
saying.
sisters.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell us that story.
So Teresa and I were dating. What he's talking about is my brother married my wife's older sister.
Perfect.
So we were dating first, obviously, because we were dating since 15. And going to college, I'm living with my brother. And Teresa and I both went to the same college, so we're all at Southeastern.
What kind? Oh, Southeastern, yeah.
Frankie comes home, my brother's wife. She's my Teresa's sister. Comes home from college up in New York and just starts hanging out with us because what do college
is she
kids
gonna
do
do?
when they
Yeah, that's
graduate?
right,
You hang
yeah,
out with the other. So anyway.
Yeah, with their family.
And we went out one night. I remember the first night we went out, it was to this bar called Wall Street, which is over there by the Strawberry Patch in Mandeville.
Oh, thank
It's
you.
not there anymore.
I was going to say,
It was
yeah.
closed down for a long time. But
The Wall Bar?
it was called the Wall Street.
Oh, the Wall Street.
or
Perfect.
something like that.
Yeah. That's right.
And it wasn't open long. But
Greed, for the lack of a better word, is
the-
good.
So the neighborhood behind it made them shut down because they would play music too late or something like that. Anyway, we
Squeaky wheel.
ended up. I remember this night. It was like because I remember leaving and being like, Jason, what the hell is your problem? Like, what, dude? Just a conversation. So, like, we go back to my wife's house, her mom's house at the time, and like Jason's like arguing, like Frankie and Jason, they're both like
hotheads.
class, like a personality, like
Yep.
and
No,
they're
me,
arguing.
That's right. That's right.
Frankie's got all these crazy ideals from up New York, and it was crazy. Anyway,
Crazy idea.
there are like I don't want to get too political with this show.
Oh,
for you,
that's
but,
okay. Who cares? Who are you going to vote for?
I don't know what you want to do with this show. It was a bunch of crazy.
No,
It was a bunch of crazy libtard stuff. Cut that out, please.
Who cares? That's right.
But,
Still.
but literally,
still,
it was
yeah.
they were just arguing. I'm like, dude, why you gotta be like that? He was like, man, we're just arguing. Because they're just both confrontational.
That's right. Were they
Teresa and I
dating
were
at
like-
that point? I mean, was there
No,
some
this
kind
was
of...
like the first time we hung out. They knew each other.
Oh, of course.
And
That's
Teresa and I were
right.
like, well, that went terrible.
Yeah, huh?
Lo and behold, like
That's crazy.
somehow they're still together 20 years later. And I say that
They
in
were
like
both
a,
like,
like I know. You don't want to talk about religion, but God's holding that one together. Like he's
yeah,
got super
incredible.
glue.
That's right. Well, God and the kids, man.
Yeah.
Kids are like glue.
That's true.
That's been my experience for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, each and every one is just like, I think you know what it is about kids too? They renew the relationship. They just renew everything. I mean, my son just had his second, which is my fourth grandchild. The first granddaughter of the group.
Oh, cool.
And yeah, just once again, like every other child, you know, it's like when I have those moments with her, it just renews everything for me. Yeah. Everything. Right. You know, you take them outside and you're like, oh, you know, it's windy, and it's like, oh, and you're like, that's a leaf. A leaf.
Right.
Look, yeah. Ooh. Don't try to eat it. Leaf. On a branch. On a branch. Oh, in the ground. I mean, everything.
Right.
Everything is so brand new. Yeah. And I believe that's your only chance of staying young, is surrounding yourself with youth. Right? I think it's. I think there's so many problems that it causes in your life when you're not open to having kids, when you're not open to, you know, a real intimate, like, blood and guts relationship with another person.
Right.
Right? I mean, you're in trouble, man. Right? I can't tell you how many people have approached me with so much regret when this comes up. And I didn't bring it up.
Right.
You know?
Man, I wish I would have had more kids.
Oh my God. I wish I had one more. I wish I had one. And it's like, yeah. And I just think to myself, shit.
I
wish you would have too.
I always feel bad for people that can't have kids.
I would wish my life on my worst enemy. Would you wish your life on me? Would you really wish that life?
Right.
Of solitude and drudgery and boring. Our lives are action packed. I mean
that goes back to the there's just, I don't know, there's a self-centeredness, I think, to be single for the most part. Like
absolutely.
And there's a fear I guess there's a fear. Yeah. I don't know.
Well, see, and to me, there's two types of people in this world. I mean, those that choose to serve others and those that choose to be served. Right. Like, I deserve to be served, and it's like, who the hell do you think you are? You don't deserve to be, like, by who? Right. And again, when you have kids, they do serve you.
Right. Well, there's a big...
I go home and I delegate.
All right. There's a big, I think there's a big life lesson in that for the other kids, too. It's like, hey, you know, our kids end up helping to raise the other ones. You know, I'm sure you've seen that more than I have.
Oh, man.
But they get it. They're helping.
And the grandkids.
They see how a family lives in a community. Like it doesn't. Exactly. Like if you don't pick up your stuff, then or, you know,
it's
just, it all has to be like we collectively do things together, and
yeah,
and it's all for the better. And I think it hopefully makes them better people because.
And it does make them better people. I tell people that all the time. It just gives you such a huge advantage. Your children have such a huge advantage. My children, as big a problem as they have with sharing their things, they get it. They understand that everything in this house belongs to me. And if I tell you to let Nathan see your stupid sunglasses for 5 minutes, then you're going to let him see your sunglasses.
These aren't
those look good on you.
They're not mine. Are these yours?
Look good. Yeah, damn right those are mine. Oh. Those are mine. Nate, so let's get into, how much time do we have? 20 minutes, baby. So let's get into the 4 pillars.
All right, what are your 4 pillars?
That make you, just the pillars of a person how do you manage your marriage? How do you manage the kids? How do you manage your business while you're trying? The balancing act that we play as fathers. I mean, let's get into that. Like, let's just get into personally. Do you obviously with Cabin Wars, you were able to find 30 days of me time. I mean, you chose to do that.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing, I don't really know that much about it, but I'm guessing that it was a lot of time that you spent by yourself.
I mean, yeah, away from the family, for sure.
Exactly. I mean, you chose to do this thing and
let's just put this out there. I don't feel like I do any of those well.
Amen.
So
see, and that's interesting because I wonder who does.
I don't know.
Who balances their life perfectly?
Yeah, I think it goes through. Life's going to go through spurts of. I do it. I try to do it like so. The other side of that is I'm kind of in that entrepreneurial world of my personal life, or personal work or professional life, not personal.
Yeah. It's almost like that's combined in a way.
Dude, it's so hard to
personal and professional. Yeah.
Well, it's just to shut off my professional life. It doesn't have, as an agent, you get phone calls as I'm running a construction business right now. It's like I'm sorry, it's just me right now. I don't have any employees. It's like
exactly. I can't really take the time to go show you a house in Ponchatoula.
I'm just talking about between and family too. It's like
right.
Yeah, baby. I'm not always home at the same time. On the other side of that is like a lot of times I'm home in the morning until the kids are at school. I'm helping them get them out the house. I can take off early. I can take off whenever I want. I love that flexibility of it. And when
Amen.
Choosing my career, that was a big. I want more time at home.
Yep.
We could do off balance right now is probably me and Teresa's relationship because we got 5 young ones at home. It's harder to do those things, especially when you're hurting on the financial side, right? Because my,
that's right.
business.
Because what do you do?
I'm sorry. Okay, so date night. Well, that's a babysitter plus $100. I mean, that's a $200 swing right there. I'm like, well, and we're still trying to figure out how to pay bills at the end of the month.
That's right. Exactly. We gotta pay.
Let's go date night. We'll just go.
Oh, I know.
My
wife was going to go off this weekend, and we were looking at the money, and it's like she was going to go off with her girlfriends, and it's like, honey, you're going to easily drop $200-300. And that we could apply that toward.
Yeah. Look, it's
toward
always
this or that.
I don't. I've made enough big checks in my life, in my professional life, that I know you can climb out of holes quickly and things like that. And that's what I love about that side of being an entrepreneur and just that side of my professional life. Still trying to figure that out. Are
you considering doing more of this?
I did so that's one thing that running, so Cabin Wars, so Cabin Wars was a TV show we filmed that I was cast for, flipping a cabin. Okay.
Right.
And we had 20 grand, 30 days to do it.
Yeah.
And it was a whirlwind. It was an awesome
experience.
I loved it. Throughout
I watched a little bit of it.
Yeah. So throughout that, I was able to do. I was documenting it on my own phone and just kind of putting it out on my social media.
That's what I was watching.
And I had the show hasn't come out yet. It's still in production.
Right.
But it was really cool to see the feedback from what I was putting out. I had fun making the videos. It did take time. So I do want to do more of that. I do enjoy it. So I just haven't figured out how to fit that into being a contractor right now. I don't have as much free time to just go all right, let's be creative and. So
let's not frame this house because I gotta go.
Look, I'm subcontract everything, so it's not like I'm on tools most of the time, but I'm driving from 3 or 4 jobs right now that I got going and still answering and getting estimates out for other stuff. So
that's right.
It's a balancing act and just in that.
That's right.
And then we do a lot. So we live on the water on the Tchefuncte River. So,
I didn't know that. I've never been to your house.
You have to come by.
I would like that.
Take you out. What I was going to say is kid-wise, time-wise, probably this afternoon we're going to go. It's a beautiful day. We're going to go for a boat ride. I got a little party barge. Yeah, it's
Hell yeah.
we do that. I've
Good
been
for
out
you.
3 days this week. Every day. Yeah, it's been awesome because the boat's in the water. It's so
Oh
much
God!
easier.
And
You
the
just
weather
jump on
weather
it.
has been just
The
has been
hardest
immaculate.
part is getting 5 kids on the boat. It's like, all right, let's go. And I'm like, it's like 40 minutes
in life
later.
vests, it's like
40 minutes
life
later,
vest
we're all
doesn't fit
right.
you.
I'm sure with the girls,
Did
it's
you-
much worse.
that's
Like,
not your
no,
life
they all have
vest.
the life vest, but
Oh
it's
yeah,
like,
I got that down.
it's just trying to, I don't know. I'm like, all right, let's go. Let's get on the boat. And then it's
Yeah,
it's getting, this has been fun too. It's getting old. Like the oldest is old, he's 12, so he's old enough to kind of stay home with the kids a little bit.
That's right.
So we've kind of like last night we went out, we left the 3 older ones at home playing video games,
Of
watching
course.
TV.
Yeah, watching TV.
And then
yeah.
we just took the babies for a boat ride, which was cool.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
fun.
See.
So I mean, we'll
Yeah,
try
there's
to
a
do
date.
those.
There's a-
we'll try to do those
there's a little-
things. I have
we always treat that like it's our little family. Like, oh God, look at us. We just have 2 kids
just 2
tonight.
kids, right?
Just 2 kids.
Isn't it
so
so fun?
so simple.
Yeah, and then
So relaxing.
Then
yeah.
we'll watch the. Dude, it's amazing how
They're
how,
over there playing Jenga on the freaking
I told this to my wife the other day. This is funny. My wife goes, I was talking about the one girl we have. I was like, it's amazing how like rational she is sometimes. Like,
Right.
like,
Right.
hey, we don't have any more cookies. You can't have any.
Girls are so
Okay,
they're
Mom,
so smart.
when you get some more, can I have some? That's what she said or something. I'm like, that was amazing. And my wife goes,
so grown up.
she goes, yeah, it's amazing how rational she is. I was like, yeah, I wonder when girls lose that. she chased me around the island in the house.
That's right.
I wonder at what age
when
they
you
stop
knock
being
them up, when
rational.
you get them pregnant that first time, they're like ah.
Right. I think it's before that.
This engine needs oil. Oh my gosh. Nate, I love it. I just love it. Love it so much.
Yeah. So I don't know how I balance it all. I don't know if I balance it well. It goes in spurts, like that 30 days we worked on that cabin, like it was the hardest I've ever worked, like continuously for 30 days. Like, I mean, I was working
consistent.
I was
just
working
day in
6
and day
days
out.
a week. The last 2 weeks I had to work on Sundays. Like it was,
maddening.
it was good.
Yeah, that's rough.
And my wife
30
was
days.
at home. Yeah, so she was at home dealing with it
By
all, and
herself.
it was definitely out of balance, but there was an end to it. So
That's right.
it wasn't like I'm going for that.
Exactly.
And then like day after we finished, we went off on a little quick vacation that ended up being terrible, but but
It'd be terrible. Oh, those are the best.
well,
I want to hear all about that. I hate traveling too.
So like 30 days of neglect to your wife, and then it all just comes to a head at the end of it, and
Right.
yeah, we just weren't happy with each other at the time. And we're dealing with it.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
dealing with it, I guess.
That's all you can do. Just work with what you've got. And are you able to spend time with the kids individually? I mean.
Somewhat. It's getting harder. I'm trying to figure out how to be a dad of a preteens. So
Yes.
it's easier for me to go play with.
Yeah, that's tricky.
Play with the little ones and roll around and do that kind of stuff. But my 12 and Jacob's easy. He's very immature, so it's like, he's
helps.
Right.
That's right.
But the 12-year-old, he's quiet. He reminds me a lot of myself when I was his age.
Wow.
So trying to figure out how to, I'll sit,
It almost makes
I'll
it
sit down
worse.
and play video games with him and
That's cool.
and that type of stuff. But like we'll ride in the car sometimes. I'm like asking him questions, and I'm getting those one-liners like, yeah, no.
Right. That's right. Those blunt little like meh.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
right.
So
I know.
So trying to figure that out, and that's where
Do you find that's a more masculine thing? That's a boy thing.
it's a personality thing.
Because I've got 9 daughters,
And they're all
and they're all really pretty chatty. One of our favorite
I wonder where they get
one
that
of our
from.
one of our favorite little discussions that we'll have, and I picked this up off of TikTok or something, or Facebook or something. TikTok, I know it's TikTok. Just I really do enjoy scrolling and get like when you're on one of these like informative.
Yeah,
Like
if you're on
like you're like on a
scrolling.
space or science and space and religious history or whatever I'm on.
Yeah,
But
you don't feel as bad, but you're just like, I'm
yeah, because
learning
it's like
stuff.
exactly like that
Yeah.
was good information.
Right.
Somebody was talking about asking your kids, just sitting down with them and asking them just 4 questions. What was the best part of your day today? What was the worst part of your day today? Did someone show you an act of kindness, and did you show someone else an act of kindness, or was somebody? And I reworded, of course. I'm like, was somebody nice? Was somebody nice to you, or were you nice to somebody today?
Yeah.
And my daughters, they love it. They respond. So they will, it will prompt, because sometimes they will be like, man, I don't know, I didn't have and I'll be like, well, there had to have been something positive that happened today. I mean, just something like the pancake this morning. I mean, did you enjoy that chocolate chip pancake? The frozen chocolate chip pancake?
We play a game called, this was introduced to us recently by a friend that we had over at the house, called Rosebud Thorn.
Oh, here we go.
And your rose is just one thing that was unexpected, happy that you enjoyed today.
Right.
The thorn is something that you didn't like or you didn't enjoy, that was just maybe
uncomfortable,
something, anything,
unpleasant.
just and that the point of that is help you work through the emotions of maybe something that didn't go your way,
Right.
And then the bud is like, what are you looking forward to? So we'll do that at dinner quite often. Even the babies like doing it. It's
See,
fun.
and that's what I was going to say. It's like when you're sitting around with multiple, like, and you kind of force them to, like, because they all want to talk at once. And you're like, no, like, let Connie go, and then Daddy's gonna ask you too. It's like they all kind of sit in anticipation, but they're also listening, and then it will also like stimulate, like, oh wait, no, that reminded me I had something else that really pissed me off today.
Right.
It's like, oh, tell Daddy all about it. So I find that's kind of how I balance things. It's to me it's like these, because we are very social. Like these family discussions about anything or everything, for the most part, and then going to the gym, going swimming or something, as far as my kids are concerned, because I am so hyper, and I do think that is a person's saving grace, is just your activity level. You gotta get outside and breathe some fresh air.
Right.
Get some sunshine on your freaking.
Yeah, I tell my kids that
on
all
your
the
head.
time. We do try to make them go outside these days. So easy to stay in.
It's so easy. Oh gosh, more than ever. Oh, I can't imagine growing up with the video, with the technology and the graphics nowadays, and just the adventure of it all. I mean, that's the beautiful thing of the video game, but it's like the blessing and the curse. Like you can sit down and it can take you into such an incredible new world and adventure. But
so just like
but
anything,
and again, you and in the safety of your own home, you're just safely going, and whatever it is you're
it's a drug.
trying to accomplish.
It's a drug.
It is an opiate, though. It is.
It's dopamine.
That's it.
That's what you.
Yeah.
It's constant, and that's what scrolling is too. It's constant stimulation, and people get addicted. Just like any drug, you have to regulate it. Like things have to be given in moderation, and that's the same thing with video games. Anything, like anything in excess is not good.
Hallelujah.
Sex in excess is not good.
Not good.
Okay. It's not good. So
no.
Water in excess is not
it's so
good.
funny.
You can kill yourself drinking water.
Well, your brother brought this up last week, and
Sex?
I do think it's so right on the money. Sex. Well, he was just saying the point that he made, about that intimacy with his wife is the kind of the fear and excitement of possibly procreating another child. Like there's that it just gives it that little boost of excitement, if you will. And of course I can relate with that. I mean, yeah. As a man, you just think, you just think you can't get enough. We're so physical. And ultimately when you are, when you're made to wait, I mean, it does make it that much better. It's like, oh my God.
Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. God, no, it is. Well, it's like the marriage is such a gift to both.
I just thought of a great analogy.
Good. What?
Like think of a volcano that's just constantly erupting. It's not too spectacular, but you get that one that waited.
Mount
Mount
Vesuvius!
Vesuvius, baby.
Kapow!
Pompeii didn't know it was coming.
Ah, Nate. Sweet. Well, that's it.
That was it.
Yeah. When are you gonna come back? Yeah, look, our time, yeah, we're right on time.
That was quick.
Right?
That was good.
Yeah. No, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
For those about to rock, fire! Luchu! Woo! Oh, Nate, good
Is that
stuff.
how, you're not gonna go entry out here?
Oh, yeah, okay.
I'm just joking.
I don't know what
He's
I'm
still
doing.
figuring it out, guys.
All
Bear
right.
with him, okay?
Thank you, guys. I know. No, we are. I'm learning as I go. No, thank you, Nate. Nate Demello. Noel
Mr.
Dominguez.
Yeah.
Multiply.
Multiply.
Yeah. Yeah, come on.
Just get out there and multiply.
That's
guys.
right. Yeah, I mean, come on. Get on your horse.
Multiply.
Let's go.
Multiplied.
Multiplied. Have you multiplied? Do you like that? Yeah.
Have you multiplied?
Multiply.
I feel like you need to put a caveat to that.
I know I should. Yeah.
Within the bounds of matrimony, please.
That's right. Exactly. Oh yeah. No, it's so true. Don't shoot yourself in the foot. Yeah, I mean, don't go and multiply and just with any old suitor. It's just gonna make your life worse. Make it harder. But anyway, be a man. Make a baby.
Don't be afraid.
Yeah, because being a man, I think it is. It's like, it's like find a woman that likes you, and stand by her. Not just stand by your man, but stand by that woman.
Stand by me. Stand by me.